Hello everybody and welcome back to another reaction video. First of all, I apologise for having not uploaded any videos over the last few days. I popped out of town to visit a friend, and whilst I was out of town I ended up with the flu, which unfortunately I then gave to my friend, which they were incredibly unhappy about. But anyway, I'm still not feeling 100%. But much better than I was. So anyway, we'll get back into the swing of things here, and what we're going to do is we're going to react to another track by Jonathan Davies on his solo project. I did a track a little while ago from his solo project, and the track was called What It Is, and it was a phenomenal track. It had a beautiful meaning behind it. It was a really brilliant track, lovely track, very moving track, which is sort of the thing we come to expect from Jonathan Davies. He's very good at portraying emotion in his songs, and most of his songs do have a really deep meaning to them. So I'm intrigued to see what this one is, because this track is a track called Everyone, and yeah, I've looked up about the song, and it doesn't actually say what the song itself is about, but it mentions that the video explores religious cults. So I would only assume that the song has something to do with that. So we'll have to see where that goes. Excuse me a second. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, we'll have to see where that goes. So, I think pretty much everybody knows who Jonathan Davies is by now. I don't really need to talk much about him. I think what we'll do, we'll get straight to the song and see how it goes. So yes, Everyone by Jonathan Davies.
I walk into this place 'cause I need help. See, they don't want me 'cause I'm not like them. They don't like me 'cause I frighten them. They don't want me 'cause I'm not like them. They're the lies of the priest, of the son, of the God that is gone and left outside. Oh, they're the cries of the church of the lamb that has entered the snake for its survival. On the wing of the wings of the man in this rock that has come to educate you. You're so blind, full of faith from the sun that you choose to engulf and engage everyone. I fall quick from grace if I don't pay them. They won't let me in if I disobey them. They don't like me 'cause I frighten them. They don't want me 'cause I'm not like them.
It's a very interesting song. It's very unusual as well, because most things Jonathan Davies does, they have a certain sound to them. There's a certain sound that basically follows Jonathan Davies with his music, and this one is very different. Especially the bass line of the music is very different to the bass of any other music I've ever heard him done. I mean, obviously he's done a solo project because he wants to, make music that's different to when he's with Korn, obviously. So he's I'm assuming he's gone out of his way to try and get a different sound from Korn to differentiate his solo project from the band, and it's quite interesting. And the bass line to it reminds me of something, but I can't quite place my finger on what it is. As for the song itself, it does seem pretty much like he's talking about religious cults. the whole song starts off, I walk into this place because I need help. Satan don't want me because I'm not like them. They don't like me because I frighten them. And they don't want me because I'm not like them. Now, excuse me. He says, I walk into this place because I need help. Is that, he's walking into, like, the headquarters of one of these religious cults because he's looking for a religion because he's struggling in life at the moment, because he says, I need help. And then he goes, Satan don't want me because I'm not like them. They don't like me because I frighten them. They don't want me because I'm not like them. I'm assuming this is basically everyone turning him away because they don't fit into their, into their ideals, as it were. And then the chorus comes in: live the lies of a priest of the Son of the God that has gone and left us idle. Perfect crimes of the Church of the Lamb that has left at the stake for its survival. At the wind of the wings of the man at the heart that is hard to educate you. You're so blind, full of faith for the Son that you choose to engulf and engage everyone. So, yeah, live the lies of a priest of the Son of the God that has gone and left us idle. So he's basically, God has left us idle. So he's basically saying God has forsaken us, and you're sitting there listening to the priest of Christ, who is the Son of God, and God has basically forsaken us. He sort of looked at the state of mankind and gone, you know what, can't be bothered with that anymore. Perfect crimes of the Church of the Lamb that has left at the stake for its survival. It's amazing, actually, how many things the church think they can get away with because they are the church. You got all these priests that are doing less than savoury things with children and other such things, and they think, because they are because they're religious, because they have God on their side, they can get away with this sort of thing. And I'm only doing it because God told me to. And religion these days is so often used to cover up a multitude of sins, or as an excuse for something. Religion is one of the main excuses for war and conflict. So, he's basically singing about how stupid and crap and hypocritical religion is. Let's carry on. I like this. Bum, bum, bum.
They really need me. One more soul, assimilated, silent judgment feeds them now. One more soul is never ending, thus control your free thinking. Questions are never allowed. What makes you so pure? Wanting this false cure. I will never bow down. The lies of
Very interesting. I like that. That was very, very good. As we came back into the track, he once again broke into the chorus, and then he went to the bridge. Look at them. They really need me. One more soul assimilated. Silent judgment feeds the now. One more soul is never ending, thus control your free thinking. Questions are never allowed. What makes you so pure? Wanting this obscure, I will never bow down. So here he's basically criticizing the entire thing of religion, because it's like, look at them, they really need me. One more soul assimilated, silent judgment feeds the now. That look at them, they really need me. It's like the way that these religious people look at, shall we say, the everyday folk. And I can't count how many times I have walked through a town, I've walked, just walked down the street, minded my own business, and one of these religious pillocks has been standing in the middle of the street, spouting off this about, God loves you, Jesus saves, this, that, and the other. And then he's turned around to me and goes, I can save you. I'm sorry, what was I in any danger? And then they start prattling on at me about, how my soul needs redemption, how, if I turn away now, my soul can be saved and I can go to the everlasting kingdom of heaven and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my soul. It doesn't need saving. It's not in any danger of anything. Just because I have long hair and I have a beard and I have piercings and I listen to heavy metal music, it doesn't make me an inherently evil person. I'm not going to suddenly start, beating up and robbing grandmas or anything like that. I'm actually a very good person. I'm a very nice person. But for some reason, just because I don't fit into their ideal world, I'm an outcast. And it's the same with almost all religions, but Christianity's the worst for it. Is that every religion has their idea of how mankind should behave, and it's all, these are the rules you should live by. Why? Because we said so, and we're right. The other religions, they're wrong. And it's because there's actually a line there. One more soul is never ending, thus control your free thinking. Questions are never allowed. What makes you so pure? So it's like, one more soul is never ending, thus, they're always trying to save everybody. They're always trying to assimilate more people into their cult / religion, what have you, and thus trying to control your free thinking, because that's the way they see it. It's sort of like, you must follow the rules of the Bible as we've interpreted them, but excuse me, every other religion that goes by the Bible as we know it, everybody interprets it differently to fit their own agenda. All too often, political leaders will cite passages from the Bible. They'll read out a certain part of the Bible, and it's because they want it to mean a certain thing, because they want to justify what they're doing, and they're using a Bible passage that loosely says something similar, but they're twisting it to enforce its meaning. And the other, there's basically religion is a horrible form of mind control. It's like, if you want to go to heaven, you must donate lots of money to the church so we can cleanse your soul better. you know, and all this. Questions are never allowed. You know, it's like you actually turn around and go, so can you actually prove to me that God exists? Nobody can. This is one of the reasons I don't follow any religion of any kind. I've made no secret about that. I'm not a big fan of any religion at all. Everybody's got the right to follow their religion. They can do whatever they want, just don't force it down my throat. That's fine. But that's one thing about a lot of religions that does bother me. It's like everybody's like, my God is the one God. Okay, now you prove to me who your God is and that he exists. Well, I can't do that. Okay. So what makes you so certain he does exist? Well, look at the world around you. He created the world. Can you prove it? You can prove that science created a lot of things. You know, chemical reactions, that cause spontaneous explosions, aka the Big Bang Theory and all this. You know, we could follow the scientific steps back to the creation of the universe. It's not 100% flawless, but, you know, it's there. But can you point me to the point where some bearded cloud man turned around and went, do you know what? Earth. Do you know what? Man. Can you actually prove any physical evidence that ever actually happened? No. Exactly. And, you know, they so unquestioningly believe this. And all the Bible is just a form of mind control. It's written by sexist, bigots, racists, you know. These are people that believe that if a woman is raped and gets pregnant by her rapist, she should be then forced to marry her rapist. You know. And that's just wrong, but the Bible says it, so it must be done. But there's a line there, what makes you so pure? You know, it's like, what makes you believe that your religion makes you a perfect person? There isn't anything in there. Because everybody's like, oh, God is good, God is fine, God is great, Satan is evil, Satan is bad. But if you actually look at it, throughout the Bible, Satan kills 2 people. God, on the other hand, kills absolutely millions because they don't worship him, because, you know, because they make him unhappy for whatever reason. Now you tell me who the arsehole is there. You know, Satan kills 2 people, God kills millions because they don't like him very much. Doesn't sound very pure and holy to me. But anyway, the song itself is it's a scathing indictment of religion in itself, because it's religion is one of these things I could prattle on about for ages because it annoys me so much. The Bible is basically gives people something to think about, you know, to think that they came from something, to sort of make them feel better about themselves, because, you know, because they can't explain the origins of humankind, they can't explain the origins of the universe. They're like, okay, we'll write a story about a magic sky man who did it. I mean, that would be like turning around going, that there was, where did fire come from? Ah, the Balrog in Lord of the Rings was on fire. That must be where fire originated from. Yes, that's right. All fire originated from the Balrog in Lord of the Rings. And, you know, taking Lord of the Rings as something that actually happened. The Bible is a story. It is a work of fiction written by many, many people many, many years ago. And, you know, if those people would sit in there now, they, you know, could see us now fawning over the book and being like, oh my God, it's so real, I saw Jesus, this, that. They'd probably be laughing their asses off going, oh my God, it's a fucking story, you know. But anyway, but yeah, I'm prattling on about this. I should be talking about a song. But the song itself, like I said, is going on about how bad religion is and how stupid it is and how hypocritical they can be. And it was an interesting song. It was a very interesting song because it's very different from Jonathan Davis' usual style, especially musically. Vocally, pretty typical. Oh, my mouth is so dry. Interesting. Now, we'll leave that as it is. I mentioned the other day on my channel, on my community tab, I put a message up saying that in just under 2 weeks, it's going to be my birthday. Yay. And I would like, should I say, want is a very rude word. I would like a suggestion for an epic track, kind of like we did when I asked for suggestions for my 100th video. So I would like suggestions for a birthday video. However, there are a couple of rules. There is only allowed to be one suggestion per person, because when I did my 100th video, I was getting like dozens of suggestions by like 1 or 2 people. You know, there was like 3 or 4 people that were throwing like 4 or 5 suggestions at me every day, and you know, there was a smattering of other people. So, you know, if you want to make a suggestion, you can make one suggestion, so choose wisely. Whatever song gets picked will be my choice. It won't be like whichever song gets suggested the most. I will look at the list of songs that are suggested and I'll be like, I like the sound of that one. My birthday, my rules. What else was there? There was a couple of other rules, but I can't remember. But if you'd like to put forward a suggestion for a track for me to listen to for my birthday, pop over to the community tab, because I will only take suggestions that are actually written in answer to that post. It just makes it easier for me to sort through, because when I had to do the 100th video one, it was just such a ball ache trying to comb through every single comment that I'd had in the previous week and trying to find the ones that specifically pertained to the 100th video. So there is that as well. So yes, if anybody would like to suggest a special song for me to react to on my birthday, please do so. But you have to do it to the post in the community section of the channel. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. They are a British-based charity that are aimed at putting an end to hate crimes, mostly pointed towards the alternative community of you know, people who listen to alternative music or dress in alternative fashion. You know, they get attacked very regularly just because of the music they listen to and the way that they dress. Oh, excuse me. And this shouldn't happen, because no matter how you live your life, whether you listen to alternative music, if you dress in alternative fashion, if you have an alternative sexual preference, if you identify as a different gender, if you have a different race, religion, ability, whatever, nobody has the right to judge you for living the way you living the way you live your life. Living the way you live your life, that makes no sense. Everybody has the right to live life the way that they want to, provided it's within the confines of the law. Everybody has the right to live the way they want to. Nobody has the right to attack you or judge you for that. And this is what Sophie Lancaster Foundation is aimed towards, because, being beaten up just for listening to heavy metal is ridiculous. It's stupid. There's no valid excuse for it, and it needs to stop. And it's something that's only fairly recently been regarded as a hate crime, and it's something that I think really needs to be addressed, because it's ridiculous the amount of people I mean, I know many people myself. I myself have been attacked and beaten up just because of the music I listen to, and it needs to stop. So, if you want to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation and what they do, then pop over to their website. There's a link to that in the description below. And yeah, if you can throw a little bit of love their way, that would be absolutely fantastic. But I think I will leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.